Hey Moon Magic family, welcome back to the channel. In this reading today on Valentine's Day, this is actually the first of two sets of pick a card readings that I am doing today. This first one is what is happening in your love life. This is a general reading. We're asking about exactly what's going on in your love life romantically at this moment in time. And the second reading I'm going to be doing today is actually, where is this relationship going? So for those of you who are in a relationship, or someone is around you, or you're liking somebody, that reading will apply to you. Both, of course, both of these readings may apply to you, but keep an eye out for that second reading, which I'll be uploading later today. So we have 3 tarot packs to draw from today. The first is the Prisma Visions pack. The second is the Mystical Manga. And the third is the Wild Unknown Tarot. And with reading number 1, we also have the Rose Quartz Crystal. You can see this here. Reading number 2, we have the Blue Calcite Crystal. And reading number 3, we have green calcite. Okay, this is what it looks like. Okay, so I will leave the video running for just a few moments. Take your time, lean into your intuition. In this reading, we are asking what's happening in your love life. So irrespective of your relationship status, we can check in and see what is going on and what's happening perhaps now, in the next month, and then maybe in the longer term as well. So Super Souls, I'll leave the video running for as long as for a little while anyway. Take as long as you need to just check out which of the reading or readings are speaking to you. Sometimes it's more than one. And I will see you in just a moment in the readings. I'll put the timestamps into the description box and also into a pinned comment, so you can click to whichever one is really calling to you. Hey, reading number 1, you have the Rose Quartz Crystal and the Prisma Visions Tarot. And we're asking, what is happening in your love life? And may we please have some information for reading number 1. What is happening in your love life? Okay, so we have the Death card. This is your first card. How interesting. The Death card and the card of Strength. Okay. So what I'm seeing is something has ended. A relationship's ended, and you're in that space of rebirth and transition, but you're having to find your feet here. You're having to kind of connect to the lion and the lioness within. This knocked you for 6. Whatever aspect of relationship ended, it did take its toll on you, and you're still kind of in that space of rebirth. I think you're still feeling quite vulnerable, to be honest. And in a way, you're really, really wanting, I think, to move forwards. That energy of rebirth is around you. But I can also see that kind of right now, that there's the energy. Can you see these kind of legs here? It looks like a pair of legs exiting. Yeah. A relationship, a connection with someone is exiting. It's been going on for a while now. You're kind of ready, but you're kind of not. It's one of those strange things, when you're still in that space of transition, you're feeling vulnerable, you kind of want to move forwards, but you're not really entirely sure yet whether that's right for you. You kind of want it, but where are you at with that? What else is happening? Okay, so we have the Chariot. I think that somebody has sparked your interest. I think there's somebody new that you kind of quite like, and you're in that zone. Can you dare to admit it? I said the Chariot. My apologies, 10 of Chalices. But yeah, what I'm seeing here is someone has got your interest here, and you are really, really questioning. It's kind of like, do you or don't you? Can you dare? It's a strong connection. It's a really strong connection. You know, when you you're not really sure, but at the same time, you know, could you take that risk? Dare you take that risk? Will it work out? Will it not work out? You know, you're going through the stuff in your head where you are really debating with yourself. I find it really interesting that I literally mistook this card as the Chariot. And it's pretty obvious it's the Ten of Chalices, but there's something really strong. Just the energy, the Chariot energy is really coming through here. It's like, I think a part of you, you kind of want to move this forwards. It's actually got a feel of strength, of desire about it. You kind of know the desire's there. May we see what else is going on here for reading number 1, please. What's happening in reading number 1's love life? 8 of Pentacles. Okay, this is interesting. The passion, the desire is there. They've really sparked your interest. However, I feel like there's a difference between you in terms of either your availability, whether you're not quite ready to move forwards, or they want to take their time. You'd like to push it ahead and they want to take their time, or they'd like to push it ahead, but you kind of need to take your time. It's kind of, there's definitely something. Okay, this has potential. This spark has potential. But we are seeing, yeah, that I'm not sure how that this is going to just get off the ground just like that. I think it requires a little bit. I'm not saying it's a slow burner as such, but I do think it's kind of like one brick at a time. You're needing to lay some sort of foundation. I won't say there's a word of caution here as such. That's not the right word I want to use. But you do need to lay this one stone at a time. Even though there's a real strength of interest, I'm not sure that the circumstances around you are quite right yet. It needs to go, it's like slow and steady wins the race really here. May we please have more information? What is this? In fact, let's draw from another pack. Let's draw some other cards. Maybe just ask a little bit more about, first of all, about this love interest. Let's just ask first of all about this love interest for reading number 1. Okay. Okay. This is a very interesting energy to have, Vulture. So this is the love interest. May I also draw a card, please, for you yourself, reading number 1? Where are you sitting with this? Cobra. Okay. Right, let me pop these cards down. So reading number 1, I kind of feel like this person is really hungry for you, actually. They have and know that they kind of, yeah, they really, really like you. They really desire you. Desire is coming through very strongly. But it's almost as if their desire is presenting them as being a little bit out of balance. Like maybe there's too much emphasis on desire. And maybe for you, not enough emphasis on giving you a chance to literally slow down and smell the roses here. And you're not sure. You're kind of holding back a little bit here. And we're seeing a kind of a, look, if this is to work, I think it does need to kind of be built one brick at a time. I think you actually need that. The question is, can they kind of check themselves a little bit? Can they bring themselves into balance? Can they recognize that for you the relationship needs to be built steadily because of history, and can they hold their desires in check? You know, they are very, very hungry for you, I feel. But yeah, can they hold themselves in check enough for you to be able to see kind of where this might go? Okay. 7 of Pentacles. So there is opportunity here to nurture. I'm kind of feeling like they may well be somebody You know, this could flow. I love the way these cards literally do one picture joins the next. And even though we don't have the 3 and the 4, and yet these cards really do flow together. We can see that. And then we have the 8 here. I do feel there is opportunity maybe for you. This can be nurtured. I think they are prepared potentially to invest. Okay, so let's see reading number 1. 10 of Swords. This is very, very interesting under the card of Strength. Are you finding them just a little bit pushy? You kind of... Vultures, I want to say the vulture card, the energy of the vulture, they're very underestimated in terms of their value. This is somebody who could maybe press your buttons a little bit through their... It's not their pushiness, because I don't see them as somebody necessarily pushy as such, but because they're kind of quite clear on the way they'd like it to go. And you're maybe just wanting things to go a little more slowly. And as a consequence, I sort of feel you could make quite a rash decision here based on the fact that maybe you feel like they're not really hearing you or connecting to you. 3 of Wands. There is potential here. There is potential. Okay. We'll draw one more card here, the Hierophant. Yeah. There is potential in this relationship, even though I feel like you may be wavering yourself, reading number 1. Let's draw some more cards and just see what else we are shown. I'm kind of intrigued as to what I feel in the moment. Right here and in the moment, what we're being shown is this is actually quite loaded with potential. I think they really, really, really like you. I think there's a lot of passion, maybe a lot of sexual desire as well. They see you in a way that is, they see you as somebody they'd like to kind of be with, like to connect to, and you're quite reticent and uncertain. I think you're questioning, because of maybe their directness, you're questioning whether, and their forthrightness about what they really want. I think actually, you know, they could be a bit of a bull in a china shop, quite direct in their speaking. I feel like you are a little bit reticent. It's almost like you're feeling a little bit pushed, and it's making you feel quite defensive as well. And you're sort of saying, look, I want to take my time. I'm ready to engage. I'm ready for a relationship, but I need to take my time here. I don't want to be pushed into anything, you know. And so you're kind of wanting to go very gently, but also in quite a solid, real way. And I feel like there's a reticence or a concern on your part that maybe because of the level of passion, of desire for something, and I do think they're quite direct, that maybe that means that you don't see the depth of their character, and it causes you to feel, you know, almost like maybe I'll just draw a line here, maybe I'll just close the door here, because this could be overwhelming. It would be too much even, really. Now let's draw some more cards and see what else we're shown here. Okay. Laughter. Okay. This is cool. This is cool. So in the immediacy of things, you know, what's coming through here is a suggestion of just take some time to kind of to chill, to you know, not to take it so seriously. Okay, don't take this person too seriously. And then we're going to draw some more cards in just a moment and ask, you know, kind of we're seeing the immediacy of what's going on. Don't take it so seriously. Don't leap to the defense here, because in a strange way you're wanting it to go slowly. The paradox here is, in a way, you're wanting it to go slowly, and yet simultaneously you could also end up closing doors, which means it can't actually go slowly at all. Laugh about this. Just sit with this in a different way. We're being shown this really clearly, reading number 1. Maybe just ask as well for a little bit more advice in the immediacy of now, and then we'll look at what's kind of happening. How might this unfold over the next, maybe let's look at the next month. Okay, pray to the east, guardian watches over the west. So we have the red light in the west, which is the past, and she's moving to the east. Don't take this too seriously. You know, this person's desire and passion, you could kind of almost use this as a situation. I think there is a danger here of using this situation to kind of, how can I say this in the right way? That you could jump to conclusions and close a door, leap into action, be really a bit defensive without ever giving yourself an opportunity to discover what this might actually be, because this person is quite forward, clear about what they want, with such an emphasis. It could make you feel, I do think you're feeling protective of yourself, and I do think there's a fear and an anxiety of returning to previous kind of experiences within relationships. It's important to laugh about this and to see it as something new, I think, really here. Maybe please ask kind of what's going on for the next, how might this emerge in the next month? Assuming reading number one, you kind of want to laugh about it and see where it goes. Okay. So it's really interesting. 2 threes. 3 of chalices, 3 of swords. How interesting. So where are we going in the next month? So there's a lot of celebration. And also a lot of, well, yeah, a lot of celebration, and I want to say a lot of contemplation. You know, the 3 of swords energies, the 3 is always a turning point, isn't it? And you've got the 3 of wands here as well. It's showing so much potential here. If you can let the flowers blossom, if you can water the garden, if you can just ease off a little bit and not just see what this person is superficially asking for, but seeing actually what they might be able to also give you. Laugh about this. Let go of whatever you're leaving behind here. This is really clear. 3 of swords. The 3s are always a turning point. It's like a point where we can move to a new chapter. So we are kind of seeing in the next month, we're seeing something kind of move forwards, a conflict laid to rest, coming to an end. I think some of the conflictual feelings that you're having, maybe even, I would venture to say, 10 of swords, you know, the kind of stuff that we return to, the fears and the anxieties. Will this happen again? Will it go wrong? How is this going to work? Will it work out? You know, when you get into all that head stuff, which can kind of tie you in knots. I actually think this relationship does have potential, and we are seeing something move on to a kind of, let's say, the next level in some way. Maybe if you're just, you know someone, you see them and you're reticent, and they're giving you the right signals, but you're not sure, or whether you've met them, you're just starting to date, but you're a little bit anxious about maybe they want more than you can give. All of these kinds of things are around. However and whatever stage you're at, even if it is literally just someone who's piqued your interest, I think in the next month you're going to be able to move to whatever the next level is for you. Whatever the next level is for you, something is moving forwards here. The conflict gets put to rest, and we kind of get an element of celebration. You kind of get to dance together, and things lighten up. Okay, I feel like things are going to lighten up between you. May we please ask, perhaps, well, let's draw some angel cards around this. May we have information about the next kind of month? What might we be shown for the next kind of month in the happenings here? Okay, it's not the right time and it's up to you. Cool. Okay, that feels pretty important. Okay, we need more cards around not the right time. And it's up to you. I think this is going to be you making a decision. I feel like you'll be the one that calls the shots ultimately here, which is really interesting. What is this not the right time about? Yeah, 5 of Pentacles. Okay, there's other stuff going on, either for them or for you, or for both. Let's draw some more cards for you both. Yeah, there's other concerns going on, other stuff going on in the background. May we ask, is this about this particular person. We have the Six of Cups. May we ask about you as well? Five of Swords. Okay, so this does suggest that in the next month this person is reaching a turning point. They too are kind of either addressing something, or they're moving on from the past in some way, shape or form. Maybe their feelings shift from just being about kind of passion to being about being, you know, a desire to genuinely build something with you. And I am wondering if there's an interesting dynamic between you where actually both of you have some kind of history in play here. I think for you there's a kind of a working out the reality of this relationship. This is what we're kind of seeing. It's almost, I would venture to say, if this is in any way a long distance relationship, or there have been circumstances around either of you in a pragmatic, practical way that have in some way made the coming together for you either more pressured or more difficult. It was almost as though that I think in the next month there's a facing the reality of what this actually means. You know, not the right time. Perhaps if it's long distance, would either one of you genuinely be able to physically move to make this more possible? And actually, I think maybe the timing would be really difficult. But you do have choices here. It is actually ultimately going to be up to you. I do think you are going to call the shots in this. Let's look at the longevity of this relationship now. What in the long term, what are the possibilities or the potentials of this relationship in the long term for reading number one? We have the Moon. We have the Five of Chalices. Two of Chalices and the High Priestess. Now, how interesting. I have just got to point out in this card, you remember we have here, look, in your card of Strength, you can see the legs like walking backwards, and now we see the legs walking forwards. I think reading number one, this is very much up to you. With the Moon and the Five of Chalices, we are seeing clarity coming to you. If you have been very uncertain in the long run, I actually think this is a significant person for you. In the long run, we have the Two of Chalices, we have the High Priestess walking into the future with a crescent moon. What I would say is, I don't know if this will be a relationship that will have the easiest of, it may not have the easiest of beginnings. Okay, you might have to, I think you would have to really want to be together and handle quite a strong level of compromise, actually. At the same time, if you can really commit to that, what we are seeing is a real strength of connection. We have the Two of Chalices, and the High Priestess is also number 2 in the pack, in the major arcana. Let's draw some additional love oracle cards as well for you. So we have let go. Sometimes it's best to let go and let the universe work things out in divine timing. Yeah, that's interesting. Boundaries. Having sensible boundaries is important. And yet we have connection. Your connection is eternal and unbreakable. This is really summing up what I feel like. It may not be the easiest of relationships. I'm not saying that this is, and yet the connection is so, so strong. It's almost one of those connections where you feel utterly compelled to be with the person, but it isn't necessarily an easy ride, okay? Your connection is eternal and unbreakable. However, it might actually be not necessarily the easiest start. There's going to be a lot of toing and froing around how you navigate this. And again, sometimes it's best to let go and let the universe work things out in divine timing, not taking it too seriously, not trying to force it. This is a relationship that would need to flourish and blossom in its own time. It would literally have to organically kind of grow. There will be things to level out, things to even out. But if you are prepared to put the time in, because there is this connection, Two of Chalices, the High Priestess, it feels like there is a divine connection. That strength of the connection is actually there between you both. You're reticent. This person is forward, but I think they're forward about what they want. And maybe that's causing you to feel like, you know, how would that work for you? There will be a lot of negotiation going on in this relationship. That's what we're seeing in terms of a future. There is a long-term future here. That's undeniable. Love conquers all. Your connection is eternal and unbreakable. So I do think there's a real future for this relationship, reading number one. But what I will say wholeheartedly is that you're going to need to kind of not try and force it to happen in any way, shape or form. It's got to kind of be processed. I sort of feel both of you in some ways are bringing things into this connection that are connected to the past. Both of you can leave the past behind here and move into something that ultimately could be quite astonishing. But there will be a lot of negotiation, navigation, and the need to kind of not take it too seriously along the way, actually, for those negotiations to take place. I really think this has massive potential. You're the kind of couple that will ultimately grow from each other, test one another, particularly in the early days. But my goodness me, if you really wish to commit and you're prepared to negotiate, hold your boundaries and navigate with real integrity and honesty, I do think this is a connection that could seriously win for you. Reading number one, wow, I mean, this is not, well, not that we ever know what to expect, but asking what's happening in your love life. Yeah, this is a really interesting potential here. There's no question of it. Thank you, Super Souls, so much for joining me today for these readings. Do look out for my second set today as well, which is where is this relationship going? Although curiously enough, I think this reading has probably answered quite a lot of that, but there may be more details that come through in those readings too. Beautiful reading number one. Thank you so much for liking, sharing and subscribing. It really does help to support me in continuing to put free readings into the world. And you know, if you would like to get notification of any of my readings as soon as I upload them, I always post a pick a card reading on Tuesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, always on a Sunday with weekly guidance. And you know, they are answering a range of questions, and so yeah, do subscribe and press the little bell icon if you'd like to get notification as soon as I post anything, and that way you'll never miss a reading. Tons and tons and tons of love to you, and yeah, thank you so much for being here. This is exciting. Hey, reading number two, you've chosen the Mystical Manga Tarot and the Blue Calcite Crystal. So what is happening in your love life? May we ask please for reading number two, what is happening in reading number two's love life at the moment? So we have the Death card. Okay, very interesting. We have the Six of Swords. How very, very interesting. We have the Seven of Wands and we have the Chariot. Okay. Right. You're looking forward. You're looking forward, you're looking ahead. I'm loving the fact that you're looking forward. You're moving away from something that maybe didn't work or was not so good. You're in that zone. I feel like there's renewed hope, renewed optimism in your love life at the moment. And what I also see, which is absolutely delightful, let me just adjust the lighting here for a moment. Hopefully that's a little bit better. What I'm also seeing is that you are, I want to say you're older and wiser. You have a much better idea now of what you actually want. I feel like you are ready for a relationship. You're optimistic about a relationship. You're certainly, even if you're not quite there yet, when I say quite there, I mean purely in optimism. You know, maybe there are some moments when you have a little bit of a wobble, but ultimately you do kind of know that you're ready. You have a lot to give. You're very clear now about what you're seeking for, or much clearer than you were previously. That's what we're seeing here, I think. And you're kind of ready to move ahead. So maybe please ask, you know, what is on the horizon? What's happening in reading number 2's love life? So we have the Knight of Swords. Okay, let's place this here. And we have the Fool. Oh, you are so ready for a new beginning. You are so ready for a new beginning. And we're seeing that emerge. And we have the Moon. Super nice. And we have the Page of Cups. Ah, okay. Okay. And then we have the Page of Coins. May we have one more card, please? Knight of Coins. Oh, now this is so interesting. Look at we have 2 pages, 2 knights coming through here. So, and we have the Fool of New Beginnings and the Moon. And I love this Moon card. Can we see there's like a bridge to go through, and there's a crescent moon here. There's an opportunity for something new with the Fool coming in here. What is happening right now? And we see the Horse here coming in. The Horse is in the Chariot, and the Knight of Coins too. I actually do think that you are sitting in a space where there is going to be real possibility emerging for you. Right here and right now. Right here and right now. Reading number 2. You're, I think, navigating that position where you're kind of holding hope, and you're trying to hold hope and optimism and look forward. You know what you want. You know you have so much to give, and you know that you would like to receive as well. At the same time, I think there is some aspect of sort of wondering why it hasn't really happened. I think you sink into the shadows a little bit sometimes, where you think, you know, it hasn't happened yet, it hasn't quite happened. But we are seeing an opportunity for something new emerging. Let's just draw some more cards here. Let's just ask for some more information, because this for me looks like it's going to emerge. It looks like we have someone coming in almost when you least expect it. You know, when you're just kind of like almost saying, do you know what, I'm just going to carry on navigating life. I'm going to do what I need to do. I really want it to happen, but a part of me is sort of thinking, well, will it, won't it? You know, that kind of deliberating. And what we're sort of seeing here is this possibility here, just when you don't expect it. It's like something showing up. Someone coming in, and yeah, I think they have, this is very genuine. This could be an earth sign. This is somebody who's quite solid. They actually have something to offer you. And I voiced that really clearly because I think you know that you have a lot to offer. I think you are someone who has a ton of you to offer. I think you give it your best shot. You're really generous. But what we're seeing is an opportunity for someone coming in who actually wishes to give to you. Now, let's kind of ask, when is this happening? Is this imminent? Can we have any more information? Okay, so we have the card Grace in Full Flight. Okay, that's interesting. What other cards might we be shown today? Quest. Haha. Okay. We have the card of Quest. Move that over here. I think we will place that there. And also let's just ask the angel answers as well. Seeing that card coming through for you. Take action. Okay. Right. In this space of kind of not being quite sure. I do feel there's this sense of you still going through a little bit of turbulence in yourself. It's like you're on the quest, you know what you want. And rightly so. I mean, you know that you deserve this, you know you've worked for this, but you're on this quest, you're on this kind of mission. But I feel like I'm seeing some days when you're really optimistic, you're really buoyant, other days when you're kind of, you know, I don't really know if this will ever happen. I'm seeing this fluctuation in your energy, like a duality in your energy. And we've got this new beginning. You're going to actually need to take some form of action here. It is not just a question of sitting and waiting for something to arrive here. I think you need to initiate something, take a risk here. Grace in Full Flight is a card that literally says the timing's right now to take action. It's almost like an affirmation of a rebirth. And it's a really interesting combination of energy in this card in terms of, I feel like, actually taking action while simultaneously kind of surrendering to divine timing. Really, really interesting. But we are seeing a new beginning, and I feel like someone coming in here who genuinely has something to offer you. So we've got potential here being shown to us. There's no question of that. It is just when you least expect it. So we've got this fluctuation of energy here. May we please I'm going to ask for some information about kind of either timings, what you should or shouldn't be doing in terms of action and reaching out. You are on a quest, and that maybe does need your full focus and your full attention. May we please ask for reading number 2? Maybe just kind of what's going on in the next month, please. Okay, ooh, this is so exciting. Okay, so in the next month, we have the Three of Cups, which is a celebration. We then have the card of the King of Cups. Oh, sorry, Knight of Cups, my apologies. Knight of Cups, wow. Knight of Swords, Knight of Coins, Knight of Cups. This is interesting because the Knights bring an energy of stuff actually happening. We then have the Tower, which is a very life-changing card, and the Queen of Swords. Right, okay. The timing is really, really right for you. I think in the next month we see the potential for this to happen. We're not talking in a year, we're talking in a month. Within the next month, we're talking about someone coming in here who wants to move something forwards with you. It's very life-changing. Curiously enough, the Queen of Swords is making me question whether you feel it's right or not. And what I'm being shown here with the Quest card is to do with you actually getting very clear about what you want rather than just accepting what comes in. I do think there will be somebody on your horizon within the next month who actually genuinely wants to take something forwards. The question for me is whether you do or not. Okay, Queen of Swords. We've got the celebration. We've got the commitment. This could come through a friendship group as well. This came out in another one of the readings I was doing, actually. Very interesting. Sort of just like ringing a bell of someone being around, somebody offering you something. And certainly in one of the readings, but it was all about discernment. Let us just ask, please, because I feel this is happening in the next month for you. Absolutely in the next month. May we draw a card to see what is happening about you. Okay, Sea Serpent is your first card. May we ask, I don't think we need to ask about the other person because this is actually about you. We're really being shown about you deciding what's right for you, you making decisions about what's right for you, you being discerning about what's right for you, not just being somebody who endlessly gives, but somebody who knows that they have the right to receive and to actually wait for what you really, really, really want. I actually want to say to you, reading number 2, I think there's a real possibility in the next month of somebody really liking you and they actually do want to come forward and be with you. whether this is a short or a long-term relationship, actually, whether it could be that this person has got potential for a long-term relationship, and we'll draw some more cards to ask about the longer term. But I feel this is a healing relationship, where the fact that someone's coming forward and saying, I want to give to you, is in itself healing. Whether you want to receive it or not is another matter. You know, but it radically shifts your own perspective on things. And whether this is a short-term relationship or a long-term one, a liaison where you briefly meet somebody and think, do you know, you're not for me, but thank you, you're lovely, but you're not for me. Whether you do get together and you think, you know, this could move forwards, this person is growing on me, or whether you get together and they become like a transitional person who assists you in moving forwards. However we look at it, someone is coming in the next month that will create a kind of a turning point for you. I don't know whether this is right for you or not in the long run, but I do know it's right for you, because it's right for you because it tells you how lovable you are. This person is going to affirm and address any of the residue of previous stuff where you've been left feeling that you gave too much. However we look at it, you gave too much, maybe something didn't work out. However we look at it, this is someone coming in who will be good for you, whether it is literally kind of almost like an ego boost, and I don't mean that in an egotistical way, I mean in a positively good way. Whether this is someone who comes in and they kind of make you feel much better about yourself and about your right to make decisions and choices. So action will be needed on your part. Action will be needed on your part to be receptive and also simultaneously to be discerning and activate your right to choose. May we have some more information about this connection in the next month, please? Boundaries. Having sensible boundaries is important. Guilt. Don't let guilt get in the way of happiness. Okay. Feelings. Take time out to explore the deeper emotions you're feeling or experiencing. Right. So again, I think you meet this person. There's so much emphasis these days, I think, sometimes placed, and I see it in my counselling work as well. Lots of people who kind of meet someone and it's as if they want to form an immediate attachment rather than allow things to unfold and see what happens. And I think with you, this person is arriving. They want to offer you a lot. They really like you. And this is one of those occasions when you're needing to establish your own boundaries, not feel guilty about whether or not this will be right for you in the long term, but allow yourself just to test the waters and see. And take time to explore your emotions so that you make choices that are right for you. It's perfectly okay to date somebody and then make a decision and say, do you know what, this isn't actually for me. You're super lovely, but you're not for me. You don't have to feel guilty about that. You're just being direct and honest. Really feels like there is a potential transitionary space around this relationship. But let's also ask, in the long run, what are we being shown here? Is there potential in this relationship in the long run? I sort of almost feel it doesn't matter in one sense, if I'm honest, reading number 2. Ace of Cups. Okay, so there could well be a potential here for you. This is a new beginning. We then have the Four of Swords. Okay, so there's a space of reflection. There is possibility here. Okay, we have the Five of Swords as well. And then we have the Four of Pentacles. Okay, this is so interesting. I have to say, reading number 2, that although Ace of Cups shows us so much potential, I do actually think in the long run, it may be quite important to recognize the limitations of that maybe this person wouldn't really necessarily be able to really make you happy, to consider this quite thoughtfully. And when you start a connection, it's almost as if, for me, this is showing us that there is, irrespective of the longevity of this relationship, that there will be an opportunity within this relationship for you to work out how to hold your own boundaries, to take ownership of your self-worth, and not to hold on to relationship patterns where previously I think you would have been an overgiver and sort of accommodated what somebody else needed over and above your own needs. I am curious with the Ace of Cups here as to what we're being shown here. Maybe we have a little bit more information here. Yeah. We have the Two of Wands here. And there's a lot of discernment going on in this guy's face. Just look at this, you know. A lot of thought, a lot of consideration here. Yeah, and then we have the Ten of Wands. Yep. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles. I actually think reading number 2, and I'm aware that this person could already be around you, but if they're not, I do think it is happening within the next month. I think, I want to say, embrace it, enjoy it, and test the waters, see how you feel, but don't be afraid to make your own choices. And if this doesn't work out as a long-term thing, just recognize you're both going to grow. You're both going to learn from this experience. Every relationship is a learning curve. Even if this doesn't work out in the long run, I think what's happening in your love life is that a relationship is coming into you that will offer you an opportunity to kind of take a risk, to get out there after some experiences that weren't so good, or some experiences that left you feeling isolated, alone, withdrawn, or as if you'd backed away. Whatever that past stuff is, there is someone coming into your world imminently, within the next month, with an opportunity to find out and test the waters around exactly that opportunity, being discerning, having the right to choose, having the right to discover, having the right to learn without having to make a major commitment. Now, I'm not saying this won't emerge in the long run, but the purpose of this relationship, and that's what we're being shown in these readings, you know, what's happening in your love life is that the next connection you have, which I think is imminent, and so they could be around you already, is about learning. It's about learning to have your boundaries, not feeling bad or not feeling guilty about getting it right for someone else, but actually about getting it right for you and knowing you have the right to make these choices, and that both of you, every connection you have with anyone will be a space of learning. You're going to come out of this just as you've come out of previous situations, older and wiser. But there's something very clear here about not committing too quickly and allowing yourself to know that you're entitled to that space of discovery. Reading number 2, this is your reading for this reading today. I will be doing a second set of readings today as it's Valentine's Day, so do keep an eye out for those as well. In those readings we are looking at where is this relationship going. So I guess, you know, it might be one to touch base with at a later date if you find yourself feeling very connected with this person and wondering what might emerge. I do post pick a card readings with very specific questions several times a week on a Tuesday, a Friday, sometimes on a Saturday as well. And I always post a reading on Sundays for weekly guidance where we literally look at the message that you need to hear right now and we get the heads up for the coming week. So do tune into those if that's helpful. Thank you for liking, sharing and subscribing. It really does help me to keep putting free stuff into the world. And if you'd like to receive notification of any of my readings so you never miss them, if you subscribe and press the little bell icon, they should come into your stream. And I do post lots of shorts as well, which I'm just loving, these little 1-minute videos where we can touch base and get a message in the immediacy of now. So watch out for all of these things. I'm sending you all the love in the world, and yeah, I look forward to seeing you for another reading. Hey, reading number 3, welcome. You have chosen the Wild Unknown Tarot and the beautiful green calcite crystal. This is what it looks like. Okay, this is also known as a memory stone, actually. Very interesting energy. Now let's draw some cards for you. We're asking what's happening in your love life, reading number 3. May we have information for reading number 3. What is happening in your love life? Okay. What is happening in your love life? Let's have a look at these cards to start with and just see what we're shown. Okay, so we have the 7 of Wands, and then we have the Hermit. Okay. Gosh, you're looking like you are withdrawn a little bit. You've retreated. Okay. We have Mother of Swords. This would be the Queen of Swords in a traditional pack, and Father of Swords. Oh, okay. And then we have 4 of Swords. Okay. So what is happening in your love life? This is very interesting. Reading number 3, I think you have a connection with someone, or maybe you're in the early stages of a connection with somebody. And maybe it's not feeling as though it's moving quite as fast as you'd like to, or like it to, or whatever this is for you. I think there's competition going on in the background that maybe you're not fully aware of. We have the owls here. It's like to have the Mother and Father of Swords. You know, when you see a relationship and it all looks right on paper, and yet you're needing to see something. It's like the Lamb here. You're quite innocent. I feel like you're being left in the dark here. I think there's some aspect of competition. Now, it doesn't mean this person or the person around you is necessarily, and we'll ask, connected to a previous relationship when they're not single. But if that's the case and they are single, I don't feel that they're yet free of a previous connection with someone. There's definitely competition around regarding this union, and I do feel you're being kept in the dark in some way, shape or form. There's something that's not fully in your awareness, really, something that isn't being quite shown to you. Okay, we have the 6 of Wands. When we have more information, what's happening in reading number 3's love life? Okay, Son of Wands. I'll show you these cards in more detail. I think you can probably see them. There's more cards, too many there. Where we have more information about this person and what's going on. So, Son of Wands. Okay. Curiously enough, I actually think this relationship, interestingly enough, or this person that you're interested in, and maybe you've seen someone, you have an interest in them, but they are already in another relationship, but you kind of know that there's a conflict around them. However we look at this, there's an aspect of competition or competitiveness around jealousy, envy. This is a card of success, transformation. Son of Wands, Ace of Wands, this actually has real potential to be sorted out and to transform. If you're dating someone or you're interested in someone and you feel like something isn't feeling quite right, they haven't quite got over an ex, or whatever this is about, what's going on around you. And maybe you haven't got over an ex, I don't know, but competitiveness is really interesting. Jealousy, competitiveness. We're seeing success though. We're seeing something come through here. So I feel we must draw some more cards. In fact, actually, before we draw any more tarot cards, let's just draw a card, first of all, for you. And this is the Wild Unknown Animal Tarot, horsepower. Okay, so your energy is very powerful in terms of your position, of what you want, of being able to move something forwards here. So we're seeing massive success. Now, if you have, some of you may have come from, so there's I'm going to have to voice various different scenarios because it's a generic reading. If some of you have come from a previous relationship where someone was unfaithful to you, there was competition, you can now start afresh and come into a new position with literally on your own terms, I'm saying here. If you are engaged with somebody, as in, I say engaged, starting to date someone, but you feel they're not fully available, because there's just something that I feel the wool was pulled over your eyes. There's something you have to see here. I need more information, actually. We'll draw more information here about this right here and right now scenario. But I do know that you are in a very powerful position, and we're seeing success and opportunity. That is very, very clear to us. Let's draw some more cards. What is actually going on in reading number 1's love life? Here we have more information, please. Okay, the little one rises is your first card. The unknown. Okay, right. Very, very interesting. I'm going to draw some angel cards, or at least one angel card as well. Maybe we have information, please, about this situation for reading number 3. There's your card. Be assertive. Okay. I'm going to say to you, reading number 3, stand up for what you want. Okay, here. Whatever the situation that you're in, stand up for what you want. Be assertive. We're seeing success here. Go for it. You know, the little one rises. Reading number 3, be really, really clear about what you want and don't settle for less. Now, if you are in a relationship and you're feeling like something might be going on, I'm just going to say going on behind your back. It's time to trust your instinct. We see success. Be prepared to leap into the unknown, but be assertive at all costs. You hold the key to your own empowerment. I feel there are any number of scenarios that come through in this reading. However we look at it, there's an aspect of competition, and there is an aspect of either jealousy, if you're with a jealous person who maybe is a bit controlling, then stand up for your own freedom. If you are with somebody and something's been going on behind your back and you feel like that's the case, then don't settle for less than what you personally want, even if it means ending that scenario. If you're dating somebody and you're feeling like they're not quite over an ex, then do you know what? Stand your ground, sit tight, look for something better, or be really, really clear about what you will accept and what you won't accept. This reading could not be clearer, really. Reading number 3 absolutely could not be clearer. Let's ask for some more information. Now, the other readings, I've really been asking about what's happening in the coming month and, you know, where something's going or what's happening. I think what we'll do is let's draw cards for the next, what's taking place in the coming month, first of all, imminently, for reading number 3. What is taking place for reading number 3? Okay, so this is a time of creation. Okay. We have the 8 of Pentacles. It's a time where you can actually work to make something happen. But you do it on your terms. This is just so clear. You do it on your terms, reading number 3. We've got victory here. We've got a new start, potentially. Now, whether that new start is launching yourself into the unknown or it's actually being prepared to recommit to something or move an existing situation forwards, everything here, I mean, I can feel the empowerment. It's like literally on your terms. Yeah, Ace of Swords. Crystal clear about what you will accept and what you won't. Yeah, this is happening in the next month. Yeah, okay, so we do have a bit of a rat in the kitchen here. There is something going on around you that's not entirely being shown, but I think it's going to come to light in the next month. And you will make decisions accordingly. You'll have the opportunity to make decisions accordingly. I always feel like there's a, do you remember there was a I think it was a UB40 song, there's a rat in the kitchen, what are we going to do? There's a rat in the kitchen. And I feel like this always kind of, there's something there that's not being quite shown, really. But look at that butterfly of transformation. Two of Pentacles, a new start. Ace of Wands, a new start. Yeah. But on your terms. So in the next month, we're seeing some kind of a decision made by you. It may be that you make a choice if you have experienced a history of a relationship where someone was, you know, unfaithful in some way, shape or form, and you meet someone new and you're anxious about it. I do feel there's something really strong here about jealousy, competitiveness, moving something forwards, changing things, doing it differently. I think for some of you, you either recommit to an existing relationship in some way, shape or form, or a new relationship and you take it forwards, but you do it with great clarity. And yes, you're stepping into the unknown, but we're seeing success. Or I think for some of you, you choose to leave something behind in the next month, and you're assertive, you're clear, and because you leave it behind, you're ultra clear. We're seeing things then move forwards. However we look at it, this is you making choices, you deciding what kind of a relationship setup you are prepared to accept or not accept. And it's on your terms, and this is what's happening. It feels so empowered, so assertive. I'm going to draw more cards and ask, in the longer term, what are we seeing in the longer term for reading number 3, please? Okay, super nice. We have the 10 of Pentacles. I mean, this is the happy families card. I always feel it's like the lottery win. So we are seeing long-term contentment, long-term happiness here. This is really cool. I mean, yeah, this is totally cool. Long-term contentment, long-term happiness, dreams coming true. What are we being shown? And we have the 10 of Wands. Okay, it's very interesting. So we've got 2 10s. And then we have the 4 of Wands. Very interesting. Oops. Okay, I'm seeing this here. And the card of Strength. Oops. Cards flying out. Ah, there's your last card. Yes. And we have the card of the World. I'm just feeling like there's just that the next year is loaded with the potential for you. It's like you come into your own. It's almost as if you turn a corner in terms of your self-esteem, your ability to start a new adventure, to know, I'm not saying it's without, it won't be without it's a little bit of worry, but the contentment is here. We're seeing the contentment, we're seeing the world. So we're seeing a completion, a coming together, something. I think you're able to build something very solid in the coming year. There is an underlying element of needing to work at something, whether you're working at the new for yourself or whether you're working within an existing relationship where you're patching it up or sorting something out. But you come out of this on top. You really, really do. And we are seeing completions, new beginnings. And here we are. I mean, look at this lion. It's like you develop assertiveness. If you've been a bit of a doormat, or you've swept things under the carpet, or you've allowed yourself to be swept under the carpet, you know, this is no more. We have the energy of the horse, the lion, with the rose in its mouth here. Let's finally draw some more romance cards. Guilt. Don't let guilt get in the way of happiness. Love conquers all. Okay, connection, temptation. Yep. Okay, so what I need to say now really is guilt, temptation, everything I've been saying about competitiveness. There's some aspect of competitiveness that is around you. And I do feel, whether a partner or someone who is in your world has another person, whether even you yourself have been drawn to another person, there is opportunity to come through this and out the other side. We see success, we see long-term happiness. It kind of is like love conquers all. Ultimately, we are seeing absolute success. And whether you do predominantly, I'm going to say, I think the reading is about re-establishing something. Being assertive, doing it on your terms. But however we look at it, you're coming out of this in the coming year. It may feel like quite a challenge and as if there's quite a lot of work to do to make this possible, to move beyond whatever took place. But don't let guilt or what took place get in the way. You can move through and beyond this. If you have experienced a situation where someone was unfaithful to you and you've really struggled to trust, you just enter this now from a space, any new relationship, you enter it from a space of real clarity as to what you will accept and what you won't accept. We are seeing a successful outcome in the coming year. The completion of something and the building of something, and with you being strong and assertive, love conquers all. If you are in a position where you're rekindling something after a problem, after an infidelity or a series of issues around jealousy, possessiveness, holding your own, you're going to come out of this on top. Whatever this is in the uniqueness of your world, reading number 3, we are seeing in the long run that this will be overcome, absolutely overcome. There's no question of it. I'm not saying you won't have to work at this a little bit because you've got to sort things out, but you will come through this and you will come out the other side. I do feel like the power is in your shoes, in your hands. And however this is applying to you, love will conquer all and you are coming out of this seriously on top. There's no question of it. Reading number 3, this has been a fascinating reading. It really, really has. So interesting. Thank you so much for joining me today. I will be doing a second series of readings today, so do check in on those as well, which will be where is this relationship going? Obviously that's applying to people who are in a relationship or in a connection. These readings are there to support you at any stage of your world. I post pick a card readings on Tuesdays, Fridays, sometimes on Saturdays as well, and always on a Sunday, and lots of shorts in between. So if you'd like to never miss a reading, because these readings answer very specific questions, do tune in with them. They are there to support you on your journey. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing and sharing. And if you never want to miss a reading and want to know as soon as I upload one, if you subscribe and press the little bell icon, they should come straight into your stream. Super souls, I'm sending you all the love in the world. Thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you in another reading.